Hey everyone, good evening. It is Sunday night and you are here with Jen and Kim, and we're just two girls talking about oils. And so tonight we're going to be talking a little bit about thyroid support, hormone support, and also some fun DIYs using essential oils. So thank you so much for joining with us tonight. I'm going to go ahead and post this to my page and we'll get rolling here in just a second.
And I wanted to say hello too. We live in Raleigh, North Carolina, so start commenting. Tell us where you live. We're here on a Sunday evening to talk about those things and do some essential oil fun tonight.
Cool. Yes, so welcome everybody. I am connecting to my Facebook page, which is called To Be Happy and Healthy. And we thank KidsCast for having us on tonight. And we would love for you to connect with my page and also with Jen's is Garrido Family Fun. And so we always have lots of ideas and posts. Jen and her family do a great job each week with a neat show on Thursdays with all of their kids. So we thought, let's just do the moms tonight. We'll just sit and talk. So Jen, are we ready? We're ready to roll?
We are ready.
Awesome. Fantastic.
Yay.
So tonight what we are talking about, first up is I get a lot of questions about why I chose doTERRA in particular. And one of the reasons that I chose doTERRA was for their quality. This is something that was really important. My kids had a lot of health issues and I needed to make sure that what I was putting on them was going to be safe. And so I loved that they did such extensive testing and that they were being used in major hospitals all over the country. Universities were studying them. And it was just a great opportunity for me to find something that was safe and natural for my kids. So Jen, I know you have a couple other reasons that you chose to use doTERRA, if you want to share those with us.
Hey, yes, and hi Grace from Ontario and
cool.
Christina.
Hi Grace.
She said awesome oils. So I don't have my son here to do the camera right now, so I want to make sure that I'm on screen too. So I started using doTERRA because of how they source, and also because they are giving people a fair wage. I think, did you mention that? They're giving people a fair wage. Also, just really taking care of them. Well, I saw a video on YouTube about Nepal after the earthquake, and that really made a difference to me, knowing where my oils are coming from. And then hospitals and doctors are trying to use doTERRA too, which is phenomenal.
Yes.
So excited to hear about that too. So.
Yeah, so that's why we chose doTERRA, and whatever essential oils you're using, we just ask that you make sure that you're using them safely and properly, and that's why we're doing these videos, to give you some ideas and ways that you can use them. And you know, you only need a couple of drops at a time, and they may need to be diluted a little bit if you want to place it on your skin or you want to apply it on a small child. You want to make sure that they're done safely. They're very potent and powerful, and especially when they're sourced from where they're indigenous to. And just another reason why I love doTERRA. So tonight we're going to talk a little bit. Oh, she's going to put it on our tripod so we can both talk to you. So I get a lot of questions by a lot of my customers, and one of those questions is quite often about hormone support. And so whether you are at various stages in womanhood, so to speak, there are a lot of different needs that we have when it comes to hormone support. And whether that means that you're in the beginning stages where you're kind of learning the ropes of having some discomfort, abdomen discomfort, or whether you're dealing with that low back discomfort that happens, being able to use essential oils is a fantastic way to naturally support the things that we need. And one of those oils in particular that I know works really well is peppermint. And so peppermint is a wonderful one that we use to not only help with the muscle support and helping to soothe and relax the muscles that are giving us that uncomfortable in our abdomen and lower back, but also peppermint is great for a natural hormone support. And so that is a really good one. That one also, I think, kind of swings also to the later spectrum, and that is if you're dealing with the midlife issues that go on with female issues, and you're dealing with things like waking up all sweaty and hot and everything else, or through the day and you're elevated. Oh my goodness, it is not a pleasant thing. And so to be able to just put one drop of peppermint oil on the back of your neck, and it just sends that nice cooling sensation down your spine, and it's just so it's so good. Wonderful to use. And also, I like to put it on the bottom of my feet before I go to bed because it's just a nice way. For some of you, you know, like your feet are hot underneath the bed, and even I know it's just one of those crazy things that just happens as you get older. So whether you are younger and just getting started, anywhere in between, or towards the end, peppermint oil is a really good best friend for you. Another great one is Clary Sage, and I know that you've used Clary Sage a little bit.
Yes.
And so, do you have any experience with that you want to talk about?
My friend who's a massage therapist who told me to put Clary Sage on my ankles. Hi Sharon, if you happen to be watching this at some point.
Hi Sharon.
On the inside of your ankles is the place where you do that for women, for hormone support. And I have felt a difference. You know how sometimes you wake up and you're like, oh, like you just know it's that time of the month, or you just are feeling really frustrated. Clary Sage on the ankles has been a game changer for me.
Yeah.
That has really made all the difference. Like I leave my bedroom happy instead of waking up like you know, like ready to like just in a bad mood. It really does change. So yeah, Clary Sage, yes.
Yeah, and it can be a great pick-me-up for mood. And so if you're dealing with like mood issues and mood swings that go on during that time, Clary Sage can be really helpful with helping to balance out those moods and help us to be a little bit steadier. So feel free to ask any questions if you have them about this time of your, you know, season in life that we all have to deal with, and we're happy to answer any of those questions.
Yeah, do feel free to comment and also tell us where you're from, because we love to know.
Yeah.
So far we have Ontario on the screen, so thank you.
Oh, very cool. Yeah,
thank you for watching.
Some great friends up in Ontario. Yeah.
But do feel free to comment and ask us questions, because we're happy to answer questions tonight while we're doing our DIY.
Yeah, absolutely. So yes, so welcome everybody. And so again, we're talking about some hormone support here in the beginning. Another great oil that I know Juniper has also enjoyed is basil. And that's just one I guess maybe we just wouldn't expect, so to speak. It was an unusual.
Kim has a scanner. It's called an Itobi scanner, and you can scan it, and it'll tell you what oils you're needing. Did you have that with you?
I don't have it with me.
She forgot it.
I'm sorry. Tuesday night, join us back. Tuesday night, I'll have it with me, and I'll show you how it works.
Yeah, we'll show you then how. So Tuesday night at 9:30, we're going to be doing this again, Eastern Standard Time. We're going to be on then. Anyway, the scanner had told me basil, and it was good for digestive issues. It's also good just to put a drop or two in your spaghetti sauce that you're making, so your whole family benefits. With doTERRA, anything that they sell, give me one that you can, with supplement facts.
Yeah, so the time here.
Thank you.
That's a good
I'm
one.
trying to find my oils. Any of the doTERRA ones that have the supplement facts on the side, it means that they have gone through purity testing. A friend of mine was just out in Salt Lake City the other week, and she said they go through 9 different tests each oil to ensure purity. So when you buy one of these oils, you are not getting any synthetics or any fillers. And so that's why you're not putting any chemicals or ick in your body. So the supplement facts, which is the same thing that you see on the food that you buy at the grocery store, if one of the oils, like the thyme, if it has the supplement facts, you can ingest it. So friends came over last night, and they brought lasagna for dinner, which was heavenly lasagna. And Rachel has been starting to use the oils, and so she's like, I put a drop of basil and oregano in it. And she was just so excited to have another use for her oils. So yeah,
cool. No, I love that. I love that.
It tasted wonderful.
And it is. It's fantastic for digestion. And so I know that that's you know, a lot of the oils that we have that are used for cooking are really good for digestive. And so it's just great to have that kind of the spices available and to add into your cooking. And then for it to have health benefits too is even better.
So your family's getting healthier, especially if you use oregano, especially this time of year. Put 1 drop of oregano in your spaghetti sauce. All you need is 1 drop.
Yes, please, only 1 drop.
Not only will it flavor it, but it will keep your family healthy. And I just want to give it, I love to talk to people while we're doing this thing. So Crystal in Louisiana, hello. And
hi, Crystal.
Taylor in Texas, thank you for also commenting where you're from.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, definitely. Let us know where you're coming in from. Again, thank you to KidsCast. We appreciate it. Like and share this video. And we're going to look forward to coming up with some great ideas that we're going to work together on. What I wanted to do is I wanted to kind of jump, and we'll do a little DIY, something fun. And so I know a lot of us are working on, you know, some household decorations and things like that. And in my house, we can't do any artificial fragrance. So my kids have a lot of respiratory issues, and we stay away from all artificial fragrance. So when it comes to all that pretty stuff that you put out on your table or on your coffee table or something like that, potpourri is always something people love to have. Whether it's a little bowl in your bathroom or on a coffee table, But for example, I couldn't do that because it's an artificial fragrance, and that always seemed to trigger a problem for us. So I kind of went on a hunt, a little expedition today to find things that I could put together to make my own potpourri. And because everything that I found today was already scented. And everything was cinnamon. I mean, cinnamon is nice, but it can be a little too much. It's like the pumpkin nowadays. And I mean, no offense to all the pumpkin lovers out there, but everything is pumpkin. I saw a pumpkin smoothie today. I saw pumpkin coffee. I saw pumpkin Rice Krispies. Seriously, people, it's a little out of hand. So I wanted to find something that was unscented that I could add my own scent to. And so what I did was I just went and got a little basket, really just an inexpensive little basket, and I started collecting items that I could find. A couple of things like, for instance, just some pine cones, really simple. And then I was telling Jen, I walked in and she's like, "What did you get?" So I went and I couldn't find any, you know, like individual little items. And so I figured I would just use my 40% off coupon because I'm a coupon girl. So my 40% off, and I would just buy something that I would use like in a vase or something as decor in my house. And then I would just take it apart, right? It was just an easy thing. So what I did was I just took a couple of these parts right here, and then I either just, you know, kind of wiggled the stick out of it or broke it off. And then that way I could just put it in my little basket. And I had little things to go in my basket that just looked like nice little things you would put on your coffee table, right? Yes. But none of them were scented, and that's perfect. But I did want a scent. I wanted something that was healthy though, and that was safe for my kids. So what I love is you have a couple of different options. So you can go out in your yard, collect some, you know, pine cones or whatever. You can buy them, you know, at a store or online. And then you can also just kind of add in some fun things if you want. And then if you would like, you can then just put a couple of drops of different essential oils, right? And so I love that we can do either on the pine cones itself, they'll really hold a nice fragrance there. So we can just put a couple of drops directly on it. Now here I chose cassia because it's a really nice one. Some people call it cassia. I like to do this because it's more of like a woodsier, muted cinnamon. And so if cinnamon is a little too bright for you, I think that it's kind of a nice little alternative. But this one, and also using things like wild orange and ginger. Ginger to me is that's that one little extra something that kind of cranks it up a notch, that makes it very Thanksgiving-y sort of a smell. I know, but and so adding a couple of drops, and you can put a couple on each one, and I just used one drop right now because it's a thick oil, so it took a second to come out. And I mean, I smell it just sitting here. I mean, it's like scratch and sniff TV. You just got to take my word for it. But you can either put it directly on the pine cones, and it'll have a nice hold. I would probably say for a day or two, maybe a little bit longer. I mean, all you have to do is just walk by and put a few more drops on there. Most of the oils end up being like 5 cents a drop, right? So, I mean, that's a no-brainer to me to have. And the other option is that you can get some cotton balls and put the oil on some cotton balls and then just put them up underneath your potpourri. And that way you have the nice smell, but maybe you didn't want to put it directly on here, or maybe you wanted to change it up a little bit. So you could put them on the cotton balls, put them up underneath the potpourri, kind of mix it around a little bit, and just have a nice little basket that you can have on your coffee table or in your bathroom or something like that, that has some safe, natural, essential oils in them. So I really was excited about doing something like that. I like to have crafty things in my house. I'm not overly crafty, so I'm gonna kind of be the shortcut version of doing crafts and DIY.
It's so cute. I love all these little things. Like they're just very, very cute.
And it looks like I bought it, right? It looks like a collection of things that I bought together, but really I just kind of put them together and took them apart from something I bought that you would put in a vase. And so it was just a fun little thing. Another idea is if you want to add some lights to it and have something that would be a nice little display in your coffee table, you can just add a little string of lights. I got these little lights for $5. and they just run on 2 AA batteries. And so you can have this and just tuck the little battery pack in the bottom, right? And then just cover them up with your little thing. And then you have a nice little display, right, on your coffee table or something for Christmas. Another thing that I like to do is you can also break off a few little twigs from the Christmas tree when it gets to be a couple more weeks and you got a tree up. Maybe some of you already have a tree up. But break a few of those off and just kind of make your own, right? We don't have to go and spend a fortune. Right. I would rather spend my money on oils. I mean, that's just the truth. I would rather spend my money on oils than a lot of things. I would rather have $20. I would rather have $200 in a $20 purse than $20 in a $200 purse. Right? That's who I am, right? Yeah. So if you're looking for a bargain or an idea of different things, then I'm your girl, right? And then Jen is just Miss Homemaker personified. I'm sorry. The woman is like Little House on the Prairie. It's amazing to me. That's very sweet. She makes all these things. She gave me this amazing little chocolate chip cookie that I'm still like morseling, enjoying. And homeschools her 4 children. Yes. Who are divinely behaved. I just love it. So, and our house is always so peaceful. So I love coming here. I'm the city girl. She's like the sweet, quiet little, and then I walk in with all of my large containers of bags and everything else and disrupt her dinner. But
you didn't disrupt my dinner, and I love all these little things. Like, okay, so
there were a ton more to do.
We all have to go to Michael's this week and get this. This is really cute. Like all these little things, that would be really cute.
Yeah, I mean, there's a ton of stuff.
A lot of decorations out of it.
Absolutely, and I like that we can make several different little bowls and have them all throughout the house. And maybe you want different stuff. You know, maybe you want one that goes in your bathroom that has like eucalyptus in it. You know, my sister's a big fan of eucalyptus. And so maybe you want to make a little bowl that has eucalyptus things in it. And I just, again, I love that we can add it. So if it's, you know, it doesn't have to be too strong. I know sometimes I've bought eucalyptus plant, you know, the things that are in here, and it's just too strong. It's artificial, it's too strong. So I like that I can kind of choose how strong or how weak I want to make the fragrance. And then if I want to change it up, well, I'm going to just change it up. And that's all I got to do. So
that's a really good idea.
Yeah.
Grace, the one from Ontario, she asked about, I want to ask you her question.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Her 25-year-old daughter has chronic kidney infections.
Oh my goodness, yeah. So for kidney support, 2 really good oils that you can use. One of them is Juniper Berry, and Juniper Berry is excellent for helping to detoxify, and it is great for kidney and bladder support. And so you can both take it internally, and you can also apply it back over the kidney area. Sometimes we just take it with a little bit of a carrier oil, like coconut oil, grapeseed oil, anything like that. Just 1 or 2 drops is all you need, and then just rub it over that kidney area. Another one, Doterra happens to have one called Endocrine, and Endocrine has a lot of different oils, one of them being Juniper Berry, another one being cilantro. And cilantro is a very interesting oil in that cilantro is a great cleanser, and it's a very good detoxifier, and so it's really good for supporting various organs in your body that might need cleansing. And so for any kind of kidney or bladder support, Juniper Berry, cilantro, or if you want to do that together in something like called Endocrine.
And I've done a drop of oregano, and I just put it in water, like 8 ounces of water. Oregano is a hot oil, so if you're going to take it internally, you want to stir it. I did not do that one time. My lips were on fire. They were on fire.
Oh my goodness.
So stir the oregano in the water really well. That really helped when I had some issues with my urinary tract. Oregano knocked it right out. So I would recommend that too. And we can also help you afterwards if you want to know like how to get Doterra specifically. Those ones, Grace, we can help you with that. Just reach out to us afterwards. Also, I should put up on the thing. She said, excellent. I should put up here. I'm going to write a comment if you want to keep talking.
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
I'm just going to put my my family has a Facebook page called. Well, let's just put up yours. The Called to Be Happy and Healthy. Okay, yeah, the name of mine is Called to Be Happy and Healthy. I'm a Christian, and I believe that we are called to be happy and healthy. And if we're not, it's just not always a good testimony, right, of how amazing God is. So that's why I chose the name of that. And so my Facebook page or Facebook group is Called to Be Happy and Healthy. And also Jennifer has a great page, Garrido Family Fun, if you're looking for activities
that you can do with your kids, and it has all kinds of recipes and ideas like that. Her husband's very creative when it comes to kids and sports, and coming up with great ideas on ways to use things around the house. So I really like to watch their stuff. But yeah, so there are a lot of really good options, especially like I said, for hormone support, kidney and bladder function, because I know that can sometimes be an issue for both ladies and for gentlemen. And another one that I also often get questions about is thyroid support. And, you know, having your thyroid not be at its optimum performance, so to speak, it can be very, very difficult on your body in many different ways. And usually I focus on what are some of the symptoms and things that you're dealing with when I talk with people. Jennifer and I just do one-on-one consultations, and you don't ever have to buy anything, but we're happy to talk with you and help you get some ideas. But we do that one-on-one with people, whether it be online, like a little FaceTime type call, or we can talk with you on the phone. But I love to be able to walk through that kind of stuff with people and say, like, what are some of your health goals? You know, maybe somebody's not sick and they're like, oh, people only use essential oils when they're sick. It's actually not true at all. You can use them to keep yourself healthy and well. And so we always have lots of really cool ideas. But thyroid support is something that I get questions about a lot. And there are a couple of oils that we like to put together that you could use daily to just kind of help keep and maintain a proper thyroid level. And so there are other issues that go on with thyroid that we'd talk with one-on-one, but if you just need to maintain a healthy thyroid level throughout the day, making a roller, and I don't know if you have a roller in here, I think. So sometimes we'll just get a roller. These happen to be, here we go. So a lot of times we'll just do an empty roller. I get these on Amazon and like a pack or whatever, and you just open it, take the little plastic thing out, and then put the oils in the bottle. And one of the combinations that I like to use includes frankincense, which is king of all oils, right? Can be used for absolutely everything. When in doubt, use frankincense, right? Myrrh is another one that is really good for thyroid support. Lemongrass, clove, and basil. So back to the basil, because it's really good with hormones. And so when you have something like thyroid that can affect so many areas of your body and can really cause really severe issues with people. And I get this question probably once a week, if not more, where I work with people that either have over or underactive and just need a healthy, maintained thyroid support. Those are some great oils, and you can just put in the roller bottle. I usually use 8 drops of frankincense and 8 drops of myrrh, and then 5 drops each of lemongrass, clove, and basil. And then we just fill up the roller ball the rest of the way with like a fractionated coconut oil, which just means liquefied, right? People get all freaked out about what does fractionated mean? I don't know what it is. It just means that it's liquefied and it'll stay liquefied. It won't re-solidify. So that, or even just olive oil, right? Whatever's in your home. I know my mom's a really big fan of olive oil. She loves to use that on her skin. And so just add a little bit of olive oil to fill it up. And then that's it. Every morning and every night, you just roll it on the bottom of your feet. And that's such an easy way to use essential oils, right? Just put it on the bottom of your feet. Easy for your kids, easy for yourself to use, and a great way because all of your nerve endings go down to the bottom of your feet. So it kind of travels up very quickly. But
it's great when you have kids and they start to use these themselves, like they just grab a roller when they need something, like their tummy is not feeling well, they have a pain somewhere, whatever. Like I love that my kids can just go grab. But honestly, a lot of times my little girls, they really like when I apply them because then I rub it in. It's like a little massage. So
I told you, it's kind of on Little House on the Prairie here. I just love it. It's the sweetest thing.
We had, Amy asked about gum infections.
About what?
Gum infections.
Oh, so when we're talking about oral health, we want to talk about things like clove. Clove is a really good one for any kind of oral health and support there. And so clove can be very numbing. And so if you're dealing with any kind of mouth issues, or you just need healthy gums and healthy mouth support, you can simply add a drop of clove to your toothpaste and then brush your teeth. Or you can do a quick rinse with just 1 drop of clove. I would not use more than 1. It's a very strong oil. but it's excellent antioxidants and really good for your immune system. And so it would be a great oil for you to just drop in a little bit of water and just do a quick mouth rinse, swish it around a little bit and spit it out. Clove is another one a lot of people use with oil pulling. So
I was just thinking that too. The oil pulling. Oil pulling is when you put a little bit, now this is the solidified coconut oil, not the fractionated coconut oil. It's the kind that you would cook with. And you just take a little teaspoon of it and put a drop of clove on that. It helps. A friend of mine who's a scientist and did not really know what to think when I said about oil pulling. And she's like, all right, I'll give it a try. She was floored, and her gums were receding, and they came back down within about a week. When she went to the dentist, she's like, you don't understand. My dental appointments used to be all this scraping. It was the most painful thing. She said after just 1 week of oil pulling, she could not believe the difference. And she's a scientist. She works for a wonderful company here in the area. And so to see just 1 week of oil pulling. So what you want to do for your infection is the clove, but I would recommend doing it with about a teaspoon of coconut oil. And friends will tell me, like, to be honest, they'll be like, you want me to put that in my mouth?
Right.
And, like, the benefits of it are so good. So just, like, do it while you're taking a shower or while you're watching something or whatever. And they recommend online when I've looked up how long to do oil pulling. Some places will say like 20 minutes. I'm like, that is not happening.
I can barely handle like 2 minutes.
Yeah, so just do it as long as you can. Swish and then spit it out. But you will find like the clove and the coconut oil together is going to really clear up that gum infection.
Nice.
But the coconut oil for oil pulling has been a game changer for me. Like if I start to feel like I'm getting sick and I do that. There was one morning I woke up with a full-blown cold. Like it didn't just gradually happen. I woke up with a full-blown cold. Right. And I had read someone's blog where they said they did the oil pulling and how they didn't get sick. And literally within about 5 to 10 minutes of oil pulling, I was fine. And I was shocked. Like I was so shocked. Yeah. So I tried to get my kids to do it. I'm like, just swish for a minute. Like just, but it's really good to add the clove to that.
It
and
definitely
you can do it with
helps.
water too.
Yeah, it definitely helps to add an oil to it because the people that can do it straight, like props to you because I've tried to do it with just the coconut oil before and I lasted for like 20 seconds. Yeah. And I just kept thinking, I was so paranoid the whole time that I was going to swallow it. And they're like, don't swallow it. Whatever you do, don't swallow it. You know, I mean, you can, 'cause it's not going to hurt you, but it's not going to help you. Like, you want to spit it out and spit it out in the trash can. I was like, this is too much pressure. There are too many steps. Like, I'm a simple kind of girl. And so, but when I added a drop of, my biggest wild orange, and so I added a drop of wild orange into it one day, and then I made it 2 full minutes, and I was like, rock star. Because that's awesome. Doing it for 20 minutes is, I don't know if I can focus for that long. I'm like,
I only ever do it for maybe 4 or 5. Or I'll try to do it when I'm in the shower, and that gives me a few extra minutes. But again, just fit it in the trash, and you'll be fine.
But it is, I've heard amazing things about it though. And you can do it with Melaleuca, you can do it with, because Melaleuca is great antiviral.
That's tea tree.
So, tea tree oil.
It's also called tea tree.
And so like if you do feel like something coming down, coming down with something, or maybe it's that like seasons changing time where you're dealing with, all the stuff that's dripping and congestion and whatever, that would be a good time also to do the oil pulling.
Yeah, you'll feel much better. Yeah, message us if you have any other questions, because while we're doing our DIY and stuff, like I love getting questions, or just tell us what state or country you're from,
where you're calling from, where you're talking to, where you're posting from, and
we love that.
I really love it. I want to thank all of my my followers from Called to Be Happy and Healthy, and all of the followers from Jennifer's page, Garrido Family Fun, and we want to thank Kids Cast, and we thank you. Please, again, like and share this video, and we're going to start doing this a couple days a week, because we don't get to spend very much time together.
I know. We had to think of a way to, like, hang out together. We might invite another friend or two to
what
the
can
table.
We do, right? What can we do? And we are. We've already started. I've started talking to a couple of our friends that also love doTERRA and just love the oils in general, and talk to them. We'll sit around and just talk about it. We're 2 girls that talk about oils. Yes. We're going to come up with something really clever.
Like a name?
We are.
Name for us?
Yeah. We're going to be like a hashtag 2 girls talk about oils or something. So.
I like that. I actually like that one.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
all right. So that's our new thing. But awesome. Well, I'm really excited to show you the next thing. And that is we're going to do some shower melts. And
I've been wanting to learn this because you've told me about shower melts, and I have not made these. I've been doing doTERRA for a year, have not tried the shower melt yet. Also, we need to start telling people like Christmas ideas, like all of this stuff. Like get your DIY thoughts together now, because now we have 2 months till Christmas.
Absolutely,
basically, almost 2 months. So now we're all calm, you know, but it's good to start thinking about all our DIY things
instead
that we're going to do.
Instead of like 10 minutes before the company party and you're like, what do I have in my house that I could wrap up for somebody right now?
Oh my goodness, that time
is not too far away,
right?
So, think ahead of time and come up with some fun stuff.
So I'm excited about this.
So whether you are going to do something like a little potpourri basket for them, or even, I wanted to also mention quickly before we move on, another great way to do this is if you have a mason jar. And I always think this looks really cute, like on the mantle. I have a little fireplace. It's, you know, it's just a flip the switch kind of fireplace because we were in Raleigh, North Carolina, you know. So we're not like in the young lady in Ontario, right? She's got to deal with probably a much bigger fireplace. But so you can simply just put some little lights in here, right? And then just put a couple of your, you know, of your little pine cones and maybe a little nice little ribbon or something kind of fed in there. And I just like things that are simple and nice, and maybe they look like I spent time on them. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And so,
Who would not want to get that? Like everybody would want.
Seriously,
that's a great like hostess present. Like when someone invites you over for dinner and you want to bring them a little present. Like
that's a good idea.
I know. I had someone over for dinner and they brought us a present, and I was like, I need to start doing that every time people do that.
I didn't bring you anything today. I'm sorry.
This is my hint. No. I'm totally kidding. I don't ever expect it, but it made me think I need to start like doing that. And when you were putting that together, I was like, that's what I want to take the next time we're
really cute idea.
So if you invite me to dinner, I'm going to be bringing you. Because who does not love that? And then a ribbon, like you said, like put a pretty plaid. Like plaid is really in right now.
I mean, all we have to do is just, you know, we can change out the ribbon to a couple different things. So like whether this is Thanksgiving time and you want to do something that's orange and brown and, you know, kind of that rustic or the green or whatever, the things that our leaves are supposed to look like right now.
Our leaves are still green in Raleigh. Like,
it's ridiculous.
They're just starting to turn a little bit. I think I have like one tree out here but all of them are green.
We drove all the way to Boone to find, which is like 2.5 hours away, and we still got very minimal leaves changed, and that was a real. That was kind of a letdown. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Because we're October 29th.
I know, and
we need to have some leaves changed.
My poor dad. My parents are up from Miami, Florida. Shout out to Pastor and Julie. And they were really excited about seeing leaves change. So even yesterday, I had to drive up to Virginia, and I thought, this is perfect. No. Like here or there, it was like 1 every 10 trees were changed. So that was another, like, you know, exactly. So we had a lot of rain today, so hopefully, fingers crossed, we have some beautiful leaves. So if you need to, whether you buy them, you know, go to Hobby Lobby and buy like a bag of colored leaves or whatever, you can even put leaves in here with the lights, and I like to do that too. I have I have that on my mantle right now, where you have like leaves and pine cones in here, and you know, it just looks like something that, you know, I went out into the forest and I foraged, but really I just went to Michael's and found something. And I just wrapped some lights in there, and then, girl, I'm always putting essential oils in. You know that. I can still smell the cassia. I used 1 drop, friends. 1 drop of cassia oil.
And like we told you, these drops are very, very low cost. Like that was like maybe 5 cents.
Exactly.
So it looks like you spent a lot.
Right.
But, I mean, that's wonderful. And you can duplicate that for all the Christmas parties.
You know what I would love to do is put like burlap, like a little burlap ribbon around the bottom of it, around the base of it, and you know, and then just have like a nice little bow or a little tie or something on there, and that's like, these are the kind of things. I'm simple, but I want it to look classy, and so I'm gonna do whatever I can to make a mason jar, a string of lights, and a couple of pine cones look classy.
And it will.
And smell fantastic. This is ridiculous. I didn't even expect it. I wasn't planning on using cassia oil or cassia oil. So anyways, so let's move on. Do we have any other questions we need to address before we move on? Because
no, but Amy said thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome, Amy. I'm happy to do that. Yeah, I'm really excited that we're doing this. So we're, if you can pass me that bowl, here's what we are talking about tonight. So again, one of my Michael's finds, we're going to have to get like a sponsorship from them or something, because like we're sending business to them like crazy. But you know, those of you that are crafters, you know, you love the 40% off coupon stuff, so I always collect those. Went and bought a silicone mold today. It was like $10. You know,
I'm gonna get one of those.
It's $10, and you can do all kinds of stuff in here. Whether it is chocolates. Oh, let me tell you. So before I've done
just waiting for what the brainstorm is.
Before, I have done lavender in milk chocolate. And made like little lavender milk chocolate things and put them in a bag and gave them as a gift to somebody.
Yes.
They were madly in love with them. Another idea is to do a little bit of sea salt on top of them. So something like this you could do. You could make like mix up, you know, melt the chocolate and then add in just 1 or 2 drops. That's it. No more than that. Even a big batch. 1 or 2 drops of lavender is a good one. Wild orange is a good one, and peppermint. And so you could do like a thin mint kind of idea. So that sounds divine. And then you just put it in the mold and then you freeze it. And you can either go ahead and add like a little bit of sea salt on top, or you can just do the mold and then pop them out and put them in a little container. That's a good hostess gift too.
That's
so
a really good
we are just saving you all kinds of money and ideas here. But this is a fantastic mold because this goes in the oven also. And so whether you are using this for doing something like a food preparation or like we're going to do today, and that is a shower melt. And what is a shower melt? Do you know what a shower melt is yet? I know we keep talking about it. So the Webster's Dictionary.
I'm ready for this. What is the Webster's Dictionary version?
I don't even know, but I'll tell you what a shower melt is. So a shower melt is just like heaven in a square, because when you get in the shower, you just put a little shower melt in the corner of the base of your shower, okay? So whether you are, and a lot of people use this when they're not feeling well, like they're congested or they're feeling whatever. I like to use it for aromatherapy. So if I'm getting out of bed and it's, you know, the one day a year that it's like 20 degrees here, it's like cold and I don't feel like getting out of bed, then I do something that's uplifting. Like I pick up one of my wild orange and peppermint combinations. But I love to do for any kind of congestion. Now, there was a company that does like a vapor rub for your chest and stuff. They used to have something like this, but they stopped making it. And so I wanted to have something that was natural and that I didn't have to worry about if, let's say, you know, God forbid, a child or somebody, a baby gets in the shower with you, whatever, and grabs it. This is going to be totally safe.
Wonderful.
And that is the biggest difference between using something you would purchase and using something that you could make yourself, because it's super easy to make. So let's do it. All right. So
I want to learn.
Here we go. So all we're going to do is we're going to take 2 boxes of baking soda. Mine happened to be on sale for 75 cents tonight at the grocery store.
This will be fun. We can do the math
Such a
to
deal.
see how many pennies we're paying per
There we go. There we go.
It's always fun to know how much money
When you're dealing with homeschool moms. So it's the kind of stuff we come up with. We're like, kids, today's math lesson is how many cents per shower melt do we use?
Just give them, like,
what was the cost per shower melt?
See, that's really good. Do we have any other homeschool mamas watching us?
I know. I really want to hear if there's other homeschool moms,
just a
because I'm sure there are out there.
I don't know if you're just joining us. We are talking about essential oils tonight, and especially the doTERRA brand. We both have used the doTERRA brand. Me for a year, her for over a year, like 2, right?
Oh yeah, like a little over 2 years now, 2.5 years.
And we use this one because they grow the plants where they source them from where the plants grow best, and also doctors and hospitals are now using doTERRA exclusively. So
I love it.
Just because they're pure, they've been tested, third-party testing to ensure purity. So that's why we put them and ingest them, you know, in our own bodies and our families. But also, these are 15 milliliters, but these are over 250 drops. So like Kim was saying before, you're paying pennies per drop, and you don't need but a drop, you know, or 2 for the whole thing. So when we talk about the doTERRA oils, like, you're saving money. I just love it. That's one of the things that we have done since we started using doTERRA is we have saved money that we would have been spending on other things to get the same results, but this is without any side effects. So
yeah, exactly. And I always tell, you know, when I teach a lot of classes, and I do have classes online, Jen and I do one-on-one appointments. You can comment, and we're happy to connect with you and do an appointment and just kind of talk over what your concerns are.
And that's never a pressuring thing, just to let them know, because that can be intimidating to reach out to somebody you don't know and be like, I want to spill and tell you all about my health. But we don't ever tell people, like, you must buy this. We just like to save people money, but that's just like a non-pressuring. Like, we're just happy to help you however we can. Like the people who. So if you have any other questions, do feel free to
absolutely
ask them, because we would love to address those while we're doing
this. This is just one of those things where, like, once I had an experience with it, I honestly felt like I couldn't. It was wrong to not tell people. Does that make sense? Like, I felt like it was wrong to not share it.
Like, Right.
You know, and I see people in the store. I saw a lady the other day in the doctor's office, and she was coughing and coughing and coughing. She was the receptionist, and she was coughing and coughing and coughing, trying to answer the phone. And I was like, I'm really sorry to interrupt you, but would you like to try something natural, whatever? And she was a little guarded, you know, and I was like, I'm not trying to sell anything. I just want to help you out. And I gave her a drop of the Breathe oil, and she just put a little bit on her chest, and you know, and then I just went and sat down, right? So I'm not like a salesy kind of person. I'm just a person I just want to help people, right? And so I always tell people, you don't ever have to buy anything, you know, but if you see something you like, then I'm happy to help you. But I just want to answer questions and help people, because you know what, I'm learning by answering those questions. And so but what we're doing,
him all the time. I used to text her several times a day. Now I laid off for a while.
No, you've been doing great.
Now, like every now and then.
Well, because there's so many cool ways to find different ideas, and so you can Google so much. I mean, you can literally just like search the internet, and I always put doTERRA protocol, and then whatever it is that I'm looking for the support for. And so that way I can find where other people have tried stuff or done stuff, and I just think it's a nice, easy way for people to kind of, you know, we're just empowering people to be able to help make their own decisions. And then I'm still all for doctors and hospitals, right? We were at the doctor's office. Sometimes you have to go, but again, it's that first line of defense, right? So, all right, so back to the project at hand. Our project at hand is we are doing shower melts, and so these are just quick, easy things that you pop in the corner of your shower, and then as you turn on the shower, you can imagine that like this is the baking soda starts to drizzle, and then that beautiful essential oil aroma comes up. And so if you are dealing with some congestion or just uncomfortable, you know, that every time the winter comes around, I feel like my chest is like tight, the cold air and stuff. And so just if you want to feel like a good open airway, or you are somebody that's sluggish in the morning and you need to pick me up, this is a great idea. So you just pop it in the corner of your shower, turn on your shower, done. That's it. You don't have to do anything else. And it will just slowly melt by the water that's splashing on it or whatever. And it's not going to harm anything, and it's okay if you just leave it, because then tomorrow when you get in the shower, if it hasn't already melted, you'll just have a nice fragrance again. And so
I'm excited.
All we're doing is just doing 2 boxes, okay, which is it ends up being 2 pounds of baking soda, okay. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to slowly add, if you can give me that cup of water, please.
Yes.
We're just going to slowly add a cup of water. And this ends up needing to be kind of the consistency. I'm going to do this really slowly, a little bit at a time, because we want to just kind of keep moving it around, keep mixing it. This to me reminded me, my dad used to have me make plaster of Paris everything, right? So every science project, every history project involved plaster of Paris, whether it was a solar system, whether once we made the Washington Monument, you name it, we've done plaster of Paris. So it kind of reminded me of that. And then also kind of a wet sand is kind of the consistency you're looking for. So I'm just going to keep, you know, pouring a little bit in and stirring it around. It does seem to get a little bit thick, so we want it to be something that has a little bit of moisture to it. So you don't want it too dry, you don't want it too wet, you kind of, you know, need it just right. And then as we start to get that consistency, which I'll hold it up for you in just a minute, and I kind of just break it up as I go, we're going to go ahead and add in the essential oil. So Jen, maybe if you can help me find, like, eucalyptus is a good one to use for this. And so we're going to put in there. Now, I've seen all kinds of recipes online. Some people are like, oh, 15 to 20 drops eucalyptus. You do not need that much with doTERRA. Oh my goodness. Yeah. You wouldn't want that much with doTERRA. You are going to need like 8 drops, maybe. Maybe 10 tops, right? And eucalyptus, I think, ends up being like 6 cents a drop. So we're going to end up making, you know, however many shower melts. We got 4 times, 6? So 24 shower melts. And I'm going to spend like 60 cents with eucalyptus oil. Like, you can't beat that. I'm sorry. Come on.
So far we're up to $2.10.
Yeah, exactly.
So this is going to be less than 10 cents a square.
I love it.
There's the math for the night. Sunday night, getting ready for the school week.
Sunday night math, homeschooling moms, just talking about oils. I love it. So I finished adding in the full cup of water, and again, it's kind of this weird pasty Do you remember in kindergarten when we used to have like the white paste?
Yes.
Had the little stick in the middle of it.
That stuff.
Right. So
We all
that's the
had
kind
that
of
too.
stuff.
That
Like
was great.
I think I ate that when I was a kid or something. Like it was so. It just was so. It's just that consistency, right? And so what we do is we kind of mix all that in together, and now we're just going to add our essential oils. Okay. So we're going to do 8 to 10 drops. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, so we're gonna do 8 drops of that. And then I was thinking another really good one to do with this is just a little bit of lavender and maybe some rosemary. Okay. Now, rosemary can be really strong and very potent if you're using really good quality rosemary. So I'm probably only gonna put about 5 drops of the rosemary in there. And then the lavender is just a really nice calming smell. And so if you've got some right here, if not, we're going to use, we can also do Melaleuca as well. Okay, but yeah, it's really strong, right? And we used 8 drops is all we used, okay? So you don't need to go in there and dump like 20 drops like some places. Oh my goodness, I couldn't believe that recipe.
When you look up recipes with essential oils, always look for doTERRA because they're much more potent. So you only need, you know, like if a recipe says like 20 drops, like you really do not need that much for a doTERRA. Lavender, I do not know where I have lavender.
So Jen's like me. I have oils in every room of my home. I've got them in my bag. I have them in my car. Sometimes we play what essential oils in Mom's bag. Because today I had clove and wild orange. I guess I was feeling like very Thanksgiving-y. That's okay. What we can also do is either some kind of a citrus, like a lemon, or Melaleuca. Tea tree is another good one to mix in there. And so we did a little rosemary. Oh man, that smells so good. I know, right? And so we did a little rosemary, and we did what was the first one? So the eucalyptus. And now I'm just going to put a couple of drops of Melaleuca in here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I've done 8 drops of eucalyptus, 8 of Melaleuca, and 5 drops of rosemary. And again, the rosemary is really strong, and so you just want to make sure that you just do maybe 4 or 5 drops of the rosemary. And again, we're just kind of mixing it all in. I kind of cut it like you would if you were making like a dough. You know, it's strong, right? Yeah. Well, we're making 24 of them, so it's going to be not nearly this strong in the shower. That would be great. Yeah, thank you. So, and then what we're going to do is you definitely don't want to let it sit in this, so you want to kind of go right away into the molds. But we're just going to spoon just like 1 spoonful of the mixture into each one, and we're just going to kind of press it in. And then you can do two things. If you're impatient, like I normally am, you can put this in the oven at about 200 to maybe 250 degrees. I really would stick with 200, and just cook it, bake it for like an hour. And then just let it cool off, and you'll have your shower melts ready to use. If you have a little more patience and grace, like Jen probably does, you're gonna let it sit for like 18 to 24 hours. And so I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna leave them here. And then on Tuesday night, we'll do the reveal, you know?
Oh, that'll be fun.
Yeah, so Tuesday that way you guys can join us.
What did we say, 9:30?
Yeah, I think it's 9:30. I think it's 9:30.
We could do 9.
We could do 9, sure.
9 to
Let's
10.
do 9. Why not?
Thinking of bedtime.
Who wants to be here at 9 o'clock?
9 o'clock. This is trick or treat night. So
oh, that's right.
Here in the U.S., we do. I guess it's global now, right? But at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on Tuesday night, we will do the reveal.
Yeah, and we'll do the reveal, and I got a couple other good ideas.
Yeah, we'll be doing some other DIYs. Bath bombs, right?
Yeah, we talked about doing bath bombs on Tuesday.
That's another great hostess present.
Yes. Oh my goodness. And you can make like a really cute bath bomb, and even these, like, you know, make a set of these. You know, you don't need to make her 27 of them, you know, and drop them off. You could just make somebody one with like 6 or 8 of them in there, and then just put them in a nice little cellophane bag and a nice little ribbon and a card, and say, thanks for having us for dinner, or thanks for having us to your, you know, holiday party. And so you're just going to want to pack it in so that it's nice and firm in there, and press it, and then we're just going to leave it after that. So I'm kind of one of those people, like, I want it to look really nice, and so I'm going to kind of pack it in there. But you can see the consistency of it you know, it's not soppy wet, right? and it's not going to be crumbly either. So when I press it, it's going to stay flat. So it kind of gives you an idea of the consistency.
So that was 2 boxes, 1 pound each. So 2 pounds of baking soda, a cup of water, and then the drops of
exactly.
And Stephanie Kovac just joined us. So
Steph, how are you? Good. Thanks for joining. Stephanie's an awesome friend of ours, and she had a really cool recipe on today about making her own deodorant. And so I'm really excited to see. I didn't get a chance to see the whole thing, but I'll be checking it out because I would love for us to do that. Maybe we'll have Stephanie join us one night to do that.
Oh, Stephanie, would you do that?
That's a great idea.
Would you come and join us? Because we would love that.
I would love that. Yay! So you can also, if you don't have a silicone mold, you can also, if you do enough, the consistency just right, you can just make them into some small, balls like this, like if you were going to do like meatballs or something, and then just put it on the pan and let it dry, or put it in the oven. So, and you can also kind of flatten it out if you want to make them into like, kind of a little flat pancake, kind of whatever. Yeah. I don't know, whatever you're feeling.
This is fun for kids to do because this is safe for your children to touch because it's not synthetic or it doesn't have chemicals or anything. It's totally safe for your kids to touch, so they can help you. I was just thinking, like, my girls would love to do
Oh my gosh, yes, your girls would totally.
I need to get this mold. I'm really
they would love
mold,
that.
So.
And so again, we're just gonna put this into the mold, and we're just gonna like pack it in nicely there, and then you just leave it, right? We're either gonna put this in the oven, 200 degree oven for an hour, and then let them cool off, or you can just let them sit overnight. And like I said, on Tuesday night, we'll definitely do the reveal.
The reveal will be so
and
fun.
I'm going to also have maybe some ideas on wrapping them and making them look cute. That's kind of my thing is, making it look cute.
Presentation
like the presentation of it,
You're really good at that.
And so...
If you're just joining us, Kim was showing us how to do hostess presents.
Yeah.
I'm amazed at how few drops. Really, you can smell.
I know.
It's only a few drops that she put in there. Like, wow. Like, I wasn't feeling stuffy earlier, but I'm really not feeling stuffy
right,
now.
Yeah.
Like that helps.
And I mean, this is great if you're dealing with like head and neck tension and you just need like a nice big deep breath. This is something, like I said, you can put in the corner of your shower, turn on your shower, some nice warm water, beautiful fragrance. Yes. Can you imagine this like early in the morning when you're trying to wake up and you're tired and we gotta go and homeschool or gotta go and do some work or whatever. It's just a wonderful way to wake up. And then another idea that you can do is if you want to split the recipe in half and then do like part of it congestive, kind of ideas where it's like that rosemary and eucalyptus and Maluka or lemon or something. You can also then do something different and do like wild orange and peppermint together, which is a great like pick me up in the afternoon or pick me up in the morning when you first get up. I know a lot of moms will set that diffuser on before they wake up their kids in the morning because what a great way for them to hit the floor running with a good, beautiful, like uplifting fragrance. And also when they come home from school. So they get off that bus, they're tired, they're grumpy, it's been a long day, they want a snack, and you need them to do homework because, well, you gotta be at like Awana's or something in 2 hours, and like we gotta hurry up and go and get your homework done. So have that ready, turn on a diffuser in your kitchen or something and have that going so that they have that uplifting fragrance going on. And then another idea is if, let's say you're a person that showers at night. I know a lot of people like to shower in the evening before they go to bed. So maybe you want to use like lavender. Lavender only would be a great one. Another one that is a really neat combination is lavender and lime.
Ooh.
I know. And it was one that I literally just came across by accident one day, but lavender and lime together. It's very calming, but also the lime is really good for respiratory health. And so that's a good one also if you are needing, maybe your little one is feeling a little stopped up or something and you need them to have that nice respiratory support, but you want them to be very calm and relaxed to go to bed, then that's a good combination for you. And you can also mix those together in like a lotion. Jen sells several lotions that she puts together and in rollers, and also both of those could be used. Can be used to put it on their feet or put it on their chest. One of the things that we're going to talk about on Tuesday is there's a great combination of oils that you can use in a certain order and you can put them down your spine, and it's really good to help with like general discomfort, like people that deal with chronic discomfort in their body. It's a really good one. So definitely tune in Tuesday night, because I'm going to talk a little bit about that and talk about how to do that. And so there's a great order that you do it in, and when you layer it on top of each other, I heard a fascinating thing today about our balance oil and how it helps to it helps with the red blood cells in our body. Who knew? Like, I just thought balance was something that helped us with, you know, kind of mood and, you know, keeping steady, and, you know,
balance
I always say it's like
kids too.
I always think it's like the rational oil. Like, it's the one that keeps you reasonable, rational.
Yes.
Perfect for children. Oh my goodness, perfect for children, especially the ones that are grumpy when they wake up in the morning.
Yeah.
It's a really good one.
Really
or putting it down their spine before they go to school, and, you know, during the day, it's a great one to use. Yes. And you can diffuse it. So put it with the wild orange and diffuse it when they get home, or put it in the wild, you know, in the diffuser for, you know, for while they're doing their schoolwork. And so we just love to talk about all kinds of different ways to use oils and stuff.
Yes. So this will be our what do we call it?
Hashtag two girls talking about oils. We like that. Stephanie, you
like
that one?
Fun just doing this.
I know, it's like, very therapeutic,
you keep talking,
right?
I'm going to just keep doing this, because this is really...
There's something very therapeutic about this.
This is a fun thing. You could get your girlfriends together and just sit around and just DIY with us. Like,
I know, really.
Grab your tea or grab your water. I always put a drop of lemon or a drop of lime in my water. I love... That's what keeps me from getting tired. I don't do coffee. I don't do tea. Like, I don't do caffeine. Honestly,
did you see on Thursday when you... Like, on Thursdays, they do a web show with their family, and it's just the most adorable thing ever, right? They have like 300 people that tune in to watch her daughter do hair. It's amazing. Like, she's very talented.
Well, thank you.
And so I came the other day to do a little segment on essential oils. And you can always see that connected. That's also through KidsCast.
Yeah, so you can look at KidCast from Thursday mornings, 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah, and then, you know, connect with her on Garrido Family Fun is the name of their Facebook group. My Facebook group is called To Be Happy and Healthy.
Yes. And
so we always are posting recipes and ideas. But on Thursday, I came and did a little segment with them. And at the end, Jen was trying to, like, we were talking about some stuff, and then she wanted to show me around the house, and I was kind of in a hurry to leave, and I was yawning nonstop. And I said, Jennifer, I promise I'm not bored. I don't even think I'm tired. I'm just yawning and yawning and yawning. So she's like, well, do you want a drop of oil? And I said, oh, that's a great idea. Let's do it. And what did I end up doing? I think I did wild orange and peppermint, I think, that day, or lemon and peppermint, one or the other. I always combine those. And I drank the water, and then we went around the house, and I was like, all right, let's go here, let's go there. And then she wanted to go like the 25 steps to the basement and back. And I was like, all right, let's do it. Let's do it. I stopped yawning like the rest of the day. And I thought, oh my gosh, I talk about it all the time. I sell it, I teach it, but sometimes it still amazes me. It still amazes me.
It really does. Like that. Do you ever get that slump? You know, around 2 o'clock for me is when I get that afternoon slump. So I just put a drop of lime or lemon. I love both of them. Sometimes I do grapefruit. Any of those citrus ones,
it's my favorite.
Wakes you up, and it's just natural. And my kids love it too. Like it's just yummy.
And look at this. So we have now made almost 24 shower melts, okay? Which is more than enough, whether you're gonna do one a day in the morning, whether you wanna save it for when you're just under the weather. There's more than enough here, more than enough. Share it with your neighbor. Maybe make some for like your mailman or something for Christmas. You know, people are always like, I don't know what to do. They're such nice people. They're so helpful and whatever. Maybe you make some for your mailman or like your favorite bank teller. I don't know. I mean, that might be shady taking it into a bank. They might feel a little like, what you got in the bag?
I never go in the bank. But yes, the bank teller. I don't even think of that. You know what? Your adorable mason jar that I want to give, like, on for my mantle or give as a hostess present. You could fill up a mason jar with these.
Yes, exactly.
And then just put like a Christmassy ribbon at the top. Would that not be darling?
That would be very
Who would
cute.
not want to get that?
That would be very cute.
I think I'm going to do that.
And so, so for everybody that's friends with Jennifer, you now know what you're getting for Christmas.
Except
surprises,
the
jig is up.
Yeah.
But we just made 24 of these, and look at this. I still have enough to probably make another, what, maybe 6 or 8 here. And so it's more than enough. And all I did was 2 boxes of baking soda, right?
So
which, like
pounds,
I said,
right,
I got them on sale for 75 cents each tonight at the grocery store. You can buy them at like a, a bulk store. You can buy them in larger quantities. But it's basically 2 pounds, which is a box is a pound. So 2 pounds of baking soda, 1 cup of water. That's it. 1 cup of water. And then we just did a couple drops of different oils. So we did 8 drops of eucalyptus. We did 8 drops of melaleuca, which is a great natural antiviral. Yes. And then we just did 5 drops of rosemary because it's really strong and potent. And we want you to be able to just have a nice big deep breath. Very good for opening up those airways, really making you feel like you've got healthy respiratory function. And if you're feeling like stopped up or whatever, just taking in a nice big deep breath. Awesome. I just think it's kind of a cool way. It's a cool way to use our oils. I like to make cleaning sprays with these combinations because the melaleuca and the eucalyptus are really nice with cleaning and kind of helping with purifying and cleansing countertops. They're also, it's a really nice thing. You can make a little spray bottle for like your bathroom or something, and just have like oil? Well, what I do is when I make like a little spray, I would put, 8, maybe 5 to 8 drops depending on the size of the bottle. I would do like 5 to 8 drops of maybe the eucalyptus and let's say the melaleuca, or eucalyptus and lemon is a really good one for purifying. And then I just put 1 or 2 drops of the coconut oil, or we use grapeseed oil a lot in our house. And so I just put 1 or 2 drops in that and then fill the rest with water. And that way it just kind of helps the oils to emulsify. And so I shake it up and then spray it in the bathroom.
I'm totally doing
super
that.
Easy to do.
I love it.
If you're doing like a cleaning bottle, I mean, it ends up costing you like 60 cents and you can use it for a whole month. I just get a big spray bottle that's like the, like 20-ounce spray bottle or something like that, or larger one. And my favorite combination for cleaning is also like lemon and melaleuca, or that's the tea tree oil, so lemon and tea tree. But adding a drop or 2 of eucalyptus is really nice. That's my sister's a big fan of eucalyptus. She loves eucalyptus. Good. And so we are going to just let these dry. We're going to let them sit and dry overnight. It's like 18 to 24 hours, they say. If you're impatient, you can, like I said, put it in the oven. And that way you can just do it on 200 and you would just do it for an hour. And so total, right? So total I spent $10 on this, but I had a 40% off coupon because that's the kind of girl I am, right? So what was that? Like $6 I spent on it. And then the two things here were $1.50 total of the baking soda. And so I had $7.50 there. And then the drops of oil, I think ends up being just under $1 actually for all 3. Maybe a little bit more, maybe $2. Let's say $2 top. So for $10 total, maybe $8 or $10, I was able to make 24, and I even have more here that I can make. So probably 30 shower melts. And if I wanted to just do 5 or 6 of them in a little cellophane bag with a nice ribbon and just a little like thanks for all you do, have a nice shower, enjoy a shower or whatever. As long as you're not using one that is like peppermint or cinnamon or something, you can also put these in the bathtub. And so if you want to do a nice little soak, you can maybe put this in. I think the eucalyptus would be totally fine because it's not an overly menthol kind of thing. But just for sensitive areas, you want to make sure you're not using something like peppermint or or just use a super, super small amount. But I really wouldn't advise it. So these are great for the shower. Just put them in there. Another thing I didn't mention is if let's say you don't have time for the whole shower and the whatever, but you're feeling very congested, put one of these in your sink. And then just turn on and put the towel over your head, old school, like the steam kind of thing. You can just simply put this in your sink and put on some warm water, and the same effect you're gonna have. So if you just need a quick little thing over a bowl or over your sink, and just do kind of old school like we were taught, by our parents, and
that's a great idea.
The one you had the other day about the vinegar.
My dad, oh my goodness, if we coughed, my dad would have us like breathe in the vinegar. And it smelled terrible, but it worked for cough. So if you have a cough, like the vinegar treatment really, really helps. Like,
see, that's the thing. Like, we've come up with all kinds of sophisticated solutions for things, but in the end, right, it always comes back to, I just said to my mom today, like, I should have just done what you told me in the first place. She said, put this in the trunk this direction. I went, no, I'm going to do it like this. And I was wrong. And I looked at her and I was like, I should have just done it the way you said it in the first place, shouldn't I have? So, do we have any questions or anything else that we need to answer as we're kind of closing up with some items here?
Stephanie said that she used to get her kids to bed, but she was having so much fun. She hated to go.
Oh, yeah.
We'll get you one with us, Stephanie. That would be so fun. And Shayla joined us too. She's a
Shay!
friend that
Hey,
we would love to have Shayla join us because we just want to grow our table. I have room for 6 at my table, so
awesome.
we have room for more.
Yeah, Shayla, you'll have to join us and we'll have some tea and we're going to talk about oils. And Shayla is, Shayla's got like the scientific mind, right? So with her work that she does and just the way that she thinks, she is fascinated by the scientific side of how the oils work. And so she might bring some really cool awesome. Conversation to that because, you know, I'm about like how to use it, the day-to-day uses and taking care of things as a first line of defense. And so I really like to kind of have that, that other option to hear more details about that. So it's a really fun thing to have. But
I know we love to have you. Shayla is giving us the nerdy. What's the emoji that's like a nerdy one?
Exactly.
I love you, Shayla. Yeah.
I love it. And we had some nice ladies on here earlier from Ontario and in Texas. And so we just really want to thank you guys. You know, we're just starting this out and we just wanted a way to have time together, you know, and we were like, hey,
we'll invite you in.
Why don't we do this? Exactly. Yes. So if you're looking for friends to talk about oils with, we're those girls. Yes. We're 2 girls talking about oils, and I think this is going to be fun. I'm excited.
I know, me too.
Right, I'm very excited. We're all like baking soda hands, but
I know, but that was great. Yeah,
but this has been really fun. And if you have any questions or you have ideas, and you're like, hey, how would I make such and such, or what would be a good gift for so and so? Then just, you know, pop on a comment there and let us know because we would really love to be able to give you some ideas. I'm all about telling people what to do, and so if you have any questions,
give us ideas for future shows.
We're happy to do that.
Tuesday night at 9:30.
Yeah. So Tuesday night at 9 o'clock. I think we should do. We'll do 9 o'clock, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So Tuesday night at 9 o'clock, we're gonna do 2 things in particular. I know, and one of them is gonna be bath bombs, and the other thing is we're gonna have the reveal. And we're gonna like come up with some ways that we can package it and give you some ideas of, you know, little gifts and things that you can do. Mason jars. I mean, you can do anything with a mason jar. You can write on it. You can put ribbons on it. But I also think even just some cellophane, you know, wrappers to kind of put something quick together. And then, I want to talk about the you know, the protocol that we're going to use for like chronic discomfort that people are dealing with, because I would say that is a really high topic of people asking me questions. And so I know that there have been a lot of questions about that lately. So I think that would be a good topic. And I have a great list of oils and in a specific order, and why in that specific order. And that's where Shayla's going to come in. So she's going to really enjoy that conversation, I know. And but that specific order is fascinating, the way that it works, and can really bring some good discomfort to people that are dealing with that. Because you know, that when you have chronic issues like that, you also you probably need some emotional support, you know, and I think that that's awesome. We can use these for emotional support. And so maybe that'll be another show. And but it was great. I had a good time.
Fun. Thank you for joining us. And we will see you Tuesday night, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time.
Join our pages, Garrido Family Fun and Called to Be Happy and Healthy. Like and share the video, and we look forward to seeing you on Tuesday night at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Have a good night, guys. Bye.